sweet friends. Guess what we're going to cook today? Let me show you. Some of y'all are going to just have a fit when you see this. We're going to cook this. Can you read it? It says neck bones. Y'all, I grew up on this. I'm telling you, I grew up on it. And my mother would boil these things and then she'd put stuff in it. Look at the pretty new apron I got. Isn't it cute? It's a little bit long for me. I guess I could tighten it up right here. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can do that. Anyway, Mama would buy a big package of neck bones and she'd boil them. And then we would do things with the broth. Oh, it's this side. Look at me. It has a right and a left side to it. Got little green buttons. I'll put it up real high so it won't get my outfit dirty. Anyway, she would boil these things, y'all. And it usually had 6 in a package, and there were 6 in our family. I don't know how many is in this package. We're fixed to see, though. I know that. We're fixed to figure it out. Now, I think I'll pull it up like that and go around. It's got a little, see the bottom of it? Can y'all see the little bottom of it? Isn't that cute? All right, here we go. Let's cook us some pork neck bones, y'all. So you people that are in the north know that we people in the south, we don't waste a single thing on that pig. So here you go. This is where it comes in the grocery store in a package like this. And it says pork neck bones. Now let me open it up so you can look and see how it looks. This is what one looks like. Right there. There's a big one. There's the bone. And the meat is on it. And you just have to kind of gnaw it off. So I like to rinse mine off real good when I'm doing this. Like that. And I'm going to put them in some water. And we're going to boil these real slow till they get just almost fall off the bone. And they'll get real tender. Now that's some good meat on there. Y'all see that? That's some good meat. And it's going to make excellent broth. It had 4 in this one. This one's not very big. But that'd be plenty. Because it's going to make plenty of broth. And you want to make sure you put, this big pot right here, I'm going to probably fill it about halfway up. Let it slow boil, and I'll show you what we're going to put in it. But Mother would do these a lot in the fall of the year. And I guess the reason she did that, let me turn the eye on. I guess the reason she did that in the fall of the year is that's when we killed hogs, in the fall of the year when it was cold. Now, I never did read how much it cost, did I? Let me do you that. My little thing right here is dripping. This thing keeps dripping, so I took this spoon, put it under here, and kind of pry it up, and it stops it. If I move that spoon, I'm going to get me a new one. All right, here you go. This is pork neck bones. And it was $1.99 a pound. And it cost me $3.26 to purchase it, which I did. And I purchased it today. Matter of fact, just a while ago, I had to go to town. All right, so let's get over here. We're going to add some stuff to our neck bones. The first thing we're going to add is you add quite a bit of black pepper. And I don't know why that is, but that's what my mama did. So if my mama did it, I do it. Y'all do the same thing, don't you? If your mama did something, didn't you do it too? But I just walked in the door with this. All right, I'm going to put some pepper, good bit. And I'm going to put some salt. And yes, I'm going to find my salt and pepper thing. I just hadn't looked lately. Okay, there's that. And we're going to put something else in it that Mother always put. She would put a whole onion in there because, you know, that gives it a lot of flavor and it gives it some good stuff. So you just cut your ends off your onion like that, cut it in half. Doesn't take but a minute. Have y'all ever heard of a New York minute? Have y'all ever heard of that? I'll be back in a New York minute. What does that actually mean? I've heard it all my life, but I don't really know how fast a New York minute is. If I said I'd be back in a Southern minute, I know how long that is. That's probably middle of the afternoon. All right, when you cut your onion in half like that, like this, cut the ends off of it, peel it. All you're going to do is go down like this. It's just so quick. Turn it the other way. Do the same exact thing, and look at there. You got little tiny squares. It doesn't take but no time to cook. Let's do this one. Somebody gave me this knife, and it's as sharp as a tack, I'm telling you. It's a good one. It's a good one. Anyway, I can see my mother boiling those neck bones. Now, what she did is she left the broth in the water, and she took the neck bones out. This is going to be so good. Y'all are going to love it. You're going to love supper tonight. I'm going to show it to you in the morning time, but I'm cooking it at night. I just got home. Something's on my eye. I don't know what it is. I'm going to put a top on that in a little bit. All right, here's our garlic clove, fresh out of the grocery store. I'm going to pull that top off of it and open it up so I can get some little cloves out. Let's put 3 in there. There's 3 right there, one of them small. All right, here's how we're going to do our garlic. First of all, you separate the cloves. I've got 3 cloves out there. All I do is cut the end off of that one, just a little bit. Take your knife, hit it, and it will just peel right off. Look at that. There you go. There's your garlic clove. Let's do this one. Cut just a little bit off the end and a little bit off the end. Give it a whack. And there it is. So good for you. And it makes the flavor in your broth so, so good. Anyway, back when I was a child, during hog killing weather, and you waited till really cold. I mean, it was almost, well, I lived in central Alabama then. I don't know what that is on my eye over there trying to, looks like something's up there, doesn't it? I don't know what that is, but I'll wipe it off and see if that's it. It'll cook down in a minute. But anyway, I lived in central Alabama, and during hog killing weather, what we would do is this. You raise your hogs all the summer, feed them good stuff, so they'll be really healthy, fat, and big. Then you kill the hog. Then you're going to have to do some stuff to it. Now, what we did lots of times is they would dig a hole in the dirt about that deep. You don't see that? Like this. And they'd put this big grate over the top of it. And so I'm going to cut this garlic up now that I've got my 3 cloves. You don't need to see me do that. You know how to cut up garlic cloves. I know you do. I know you do. Anyway, you would kill the hog and hang it up. And take all the insides out of it, clean it up, wash it up, And then you would kind of, I guess you'd kind of say, singe it. Because you have to get that hair off of it. So, and that takes some time, but the men would do it. Singe means with fire, to do over it. You burning all that hair off of it. Clean it up real good. Wash it real good. The inside's clean and nice. And you would lay that hog up on top of that grate and put two pieces of tin over it like this, kind of like a tent to hold in the smoke and the heat. And you would cook that thing really slow. The fire you built in the hole. The fire's in the hole. The wood is in the hole. And you burn it a good while till all you've got is hot coals under there. You don't have flames coming up. You just got coals under there. And you put the hog on top of that grate that's on top of those hot coals. And you cook it for a long time. And it's got that tin over the top of it like a top. And what happens is this. The skin of that hog, and you go turn it. You know, you'll cook it on this side a while, then they'll turn it and cook the other side. The skin of that hog is real hard. And if y'all ever bought pig skins at the grocery store, they come in a bag, people eat them, they're called pig skins. What they do is they take the fresh skins and throw them in grease, and they go up big like that and make your pig skins. And the people who are on the keto diet, they can eat those because they're just skin. They can eat all the pig skins they want. As a matter of fact, I have some in here that I bought the other day. And I'll show you one of them. I know y'all seen them though. They come in a bag. And here they are. Those are pig skins. That is the skin of that hog that's over there in that pot. And when you pull the skin off of it and you stick it in that hot grease, it just goes up real big. I love them. But anyway, I want y'all to know what we're cooking tonight. And when this gets done, I'm going to show you what else we're going to do to it. You're going to love it. Okay, y'all, it's been slow boiling for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, a good little while. What I'm going to do, I don't even know if they're tender yet. I am fixing to see. We will check one out and look. Come over here and look down in here and see what I'm seeing. All right, that's what I'm seeing. Let's get one of them out and just check it. Because if it's not good and tender, I'm going to leave it in there. I'm going to get out a fork. Look how pretty that meat looks. See? It's got a lot of meat on those bones. Let's get us out 2 forks and just kind of pull just a little bit and just check and see if it's tender enough. Or do we need to cook it a little longer? Let's just look. Oh, it's tender. It's falling off the bone. That's the bone. That's some good meat right there. Now, that's a little gristle. Now what I'm going to do is there's several things you can do. I'm going to take the meat out since it's tender. I'm not going to leave it in. And I've got all this good broth with that onion and garlic in it. Just leave the meat out over here. Like that. And there's our meat. Now I've got, this is a soup bowl. And I've got the wild rice in it. And I guess that might be a cup. And it had a little package that came in it, but I'm not using the packet that came in it because it's got all kind of herbs and things in it, which are really good if you want to do that. But I want mine, I want to taste that. So I don't want all that other stuff in it. So I'm going to just put this in like that. I'm going to stir it around. I'm going to leave it on low and let that rice cook in there real good. And then we will have our supper. And y'all can eat with me. We're going to have supper. I'll be back in a little bit. Hey, y'all, let's make us a little hoe cake to go with our neck bone and rice. Let's do that. Let's do that. I got a little bitty skillet. I'm going to turn it on high for a second while I'm doing. I'm going to put olive oil in mine. You don't have to. You can put whatever you want to. Put whatever you want to. Any kind of oil you like. All right, let's get over here now while that's heating up. And we're going to make us a little hoe cake. I like a little cornbread with my stuff, y'all. So what I'm going to use is I'm using a cornmeal mix. It's White Lily cornmeal mix. And this one's got, you know, all your rice and stuff in it and your salt and everything. I'm going to take this spoon right here. That's about a tablespoon. And I'm going to put 2 heaping tablespoons of cornmeal in this bowl. Maybe 2.5. I'm hungry. You just make it, but you're going to make it for you and your crowd the way you need to do it. I've got buttermilk right here, and I hope it's whole buttermilk. It is. I don't want that non-fat kind. I like the one with fat in it because it's thick. Look at there. You see that? You're not going to put much in here because you want this you want it not too soupy, okay? Just keep adding a little bit at the time until you get the consistency that I'm fixing to show you. If you put too much buttermilk in there, just put a little more cornmeal in your self-rising. I'm going to put just a scoop more, not much. That's all right there. That ought to do it. Okay. Now, y'all see how thick this is? See that? That's how you want it to look. All right, come over here to this side. There's our skillet. You need you a spatula. I've got mine out. I took this on my girls trip with me, the spatula. I took it with me and my knife because I was afraid they wouldn't have what I wanted. All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put it in. I don't think it's real hot. But you see how that kind of forms do you see that? So when you put it in, put it right in the middle. Ooh, it's ready. I'm going to turn it down. Put it right in the middle, and I'll show you what we're going to do to it. Take the back of your spoon. George's mama used to take the back of her hand and mash it down. I could see her fingerprints in it. You want to mash it kind of thinnish. All right, we're going to let that cook a minute. Now, was that hard or what? It wasn't hard, was it? It was so easy. And it's going to be crunchy around the edges. So just get you some self-rising cornmeal mix. And I used the one with the scarecrow on it. White Lily, of course. And then put just add a little bit of buttermilk at the time. Now, if you had a big crowd, what you might want to do is make you up more of it and have 3 little hoe cakes in your bigger pan. Or Miss Gantt, what she did, she made a hoe cake and it was about that big around. It kind of went to the edges of her skillet. That's what she did. All right, I'm going to check it. Let me look under there and see what's going on. I'm going to let it cook just a little bit longer on that side, and I'm going to turn it over. I tasted our rice a while ago. It's not quite ready. So, I'll turn you back on just in a second. Okay, I'll let it cook about another minute, and we're going to turn it over. This is how you turn it over. You're going to have to use your hand to do it. Put your hand right here. This side ain't hot. And help it get over. All right, there you go. There, we're going to cook it on that side now. See how good and crunchy it looks around the edges? Nothing to it. Easy as pie, it tastes better than pie. I'd actually rather have a big hoe cake with all that crunchy around it than I had a piece of pie. And I hope I will have some left over, but I kind of doubt it. But if I do, I'm going to crumble it in a glass and pour buttermilk over it. And that's going to be my bed night snack. You know, when my children were growing up, they looked forward to their bed night snack. Now, a lot of people don't let their children eat anything before bed, but I always let mine. And we call it our bed night snack. Bed night. I don't know where we got it, or I don't know. But that's what we called it. And they'd have mayonnaise crackers. They love that. Or they'd have some cheese and crackers, or a peanut butter cracker with some milk, or something like that. We didn't eat fruit at night late like that, or, you know, eat popcorn or chips or anything like that. We didn't eat that kind of stuff. But we would eat crackers with something. Cheese and crackers, peanut butter and crackers, mayonnaise crackers, kind of stuff like that. All right, let's check our cornbread and see if it's ready, because our rice is ready. Let me look under there. Yep, it's ready. Let it drain just a minute. Put it on our plate. Move that out of the eye. And let's get us some rice and put on here. All right, well, y'all might want to just see this like this. All right, this, see how the edges are brown around there? You want me to take a bite so you can hear it crunch? I can't pick it up like that, but I'll just... See, I took a bite. Hey, y'all, I wished you had one of these tonight. I really do. I really wish you had one. Something I would do if I had children and I was serving them this. Before I put my rice, I take my meat out. Well, you couldn't do that. What I was saying is this. There may be a little tiny bone in there. Sometimes your neck bone will have like a little bone, so you'd want to be careful if you were serving this to children. How's it look? Right, here's how you eat your neck bone. You don't pull it off with a fork. I'm sorry. There's just no other way to eat it but with your hands. The same way you eat a rib, a barbecue rib. You put your finger on this side, and you eat that rib. I remember one time George and I used to do wedding rehearsals for people. We'd have 200 or 300 folks at the wedding or the rehearsal. I mean, we cooked big. But anyway, they could cook. They just told us what they wanted me to cook, and I cooked it. Well, one night, we had a wedding, and for the rehearsal dinner party, they wanted ribs. And I knew right then that that was not what they needed, because they're coming in pretty dresses and suits and all dressed up. And what Southern lady would ever pick up a rib and with an evening gown on? Nobody. So they tried to get the meat off the bone with their little fork and knife and everything, and there was so much meat left on those bones, I felt like gnawing them myself. But anyway, here's what you do. You pick it up. Now, there's some gristle on here. There's hardly any fat. You don't see any fat. It's all meat on the neck bone. But that gristle part is collagen. And so is that broth because you boiled your bones. See how tender? It's delicious. And you just keep eating it until you finish it all up. Let's taste our rice. This has got your rice, your garlic, your wild rice, onions. I want a little more salt and pepper on mine, I think. Seems like it needs just a little bit. And you've got your cornbread. You don't need any butter with this cornbread. This hoecake, you don't need any because it's good just like it is. Let me turn this off. All right. That's how you cook neck bones. That's as southern as you get. I like neck bones with collards and turnip greens and cornbread. I like neck bone dumplings. I like neck bone cooked this way. Daddy put hot sauce on his. He would get it and put hot sauce all over it. He'd eat it that way. We didn't waste anything on the pig. We made pickled pig's feet and everything else. Souse meat. Y'all saw me cook that hog head that day. You know, there used to be a song, and I think the name of it was Country Boys Can Survive. It was talking about that the country boy had made friends with a guy from New York City. And anyway, I think something happened to the guy in New York City. He got killed or whatever. I don't know. But the country boy said, but country boys can survive. You get down here and you're gonna eat, and you're gonna cook, grow your food. You're gonna eat what you kill, and you know, we know what you can eat out in the fields and the pastures, the plants, the wild plants. And we've been taught that since we've been young. So we don't really worry about food too much. Not as long as there's a squirrel or a rabbit or a deer or a fish or something in their property that'll sustain us. Y'all have a wonderful day. And if you can't find neck bones in your grocery store when you come down to South Alabama, you'll have to bring a cooler and get you some and take them back with you. Love y'all. Bye-bye.